Hello and welcome to Florida once again, to Wellington International. I'd like to say it's a beautiful day, but it's a bit of a cooler day here in Wellington this time around. We are into week 11 of what has been an amazing season that we've been enjoying right the way through. Last week was packed once again, from the Brainjuice U25 champion through to another big Saturday night young horse finals. Of course, all the usual hunters and everything in between. We've got lots to bring you this week on WEF Weekly. And WEF Weekly each week brought to you by LeMieux as well. And a little look across the international arena. 2 more weeks of big competition from this very arena as well. And LeMieux each week have been bringing you our wonderful WEF Weekly lineup. LeMieux leads the way in saddle pad innovation, comfort, performance and style, trusted by top riders worldwide. You can head to their website, lemieux.com, and it's worn by the best. And to our wonderful supporting sponsors right the way throughout the season. This week, the focus on WeatherTech as well. Our high-performance solutions are designed to protect your vehicle from damage, no matter what you drive. Visit WT.com to find your fit today. And to all of those that bring us our streaming throughout, our streaming partner Dodd Technologies, engineering extraordinary experiences since 1983, and discover how to elevate your sports, entertainment and corporate events at doddtechnologies.com. And throughout all of the season, we are also bringing our live stream to you, supported by the USEF, supporting sponsor of our live stream in part with support from the US Equestrian Federation and the USEF network as well. So welcome into the WeatherTech week, week 11 of competition, actually 12 if we're counting Premier Week as well, here at the Winter Equestrian Festival. Today's feeling a touch more wintry, but I know during the week it's going to be improving. The sun will be back out once again, but we're not ungrateful for a little cooler day to take us into this week. And of course, one more week after this that will conclude with that Rolex US Equestrian Open wonderful Grand Prix as well, as that's going to be a week away from Saturday night too. This Saturday is going to be full up too with the MS 150 final. We're coming into all the finals, the culmination, the climax of the season, and we take a look back too at what last Saturday night looked like as well, because that was an exciting one as well. It was Aber night. It was also the Horseware Island Grand Prix as well, but we're in the music mood with a bit of 70s and 80s there, with a tribute to the Swedish stars as well, with our flash mobs out there dancing, horses dancing out there brilliantly as well. And it was a fabulous showdown of competition with Be It Manly proving our winner of that Horseware Island 4-star Grand Prix. More of that in a few minutes' time. Before we get to all of that, we're going to head around to see Lindsay as well, because she's been catching up with the rest of the action, because there were a lot of finals here last week in Wellington.
Thank you, Stephen. The focus was on the future during WEF 10 as 5-, 6-, and 7-year-old young jumpers took to the international arena. In the $25,000 Loves to Future Challenge Young Jumper Final for 7-year-olds, it was Madison Myro and Titaness who took the win. In the 6-year-old side, for $15,000 in prize money sponsored by Northrun, it was Ireland's Cormac Hanley and Pavarotti who won, after also taking top call in last year's 5-year-old final. In the 5-year-old final this year, for $10,000 on the line, Philip de Wandel of Belgium and Troubadour took the win. Antonia Axon-Johnson, founder of Loves to Future Challenge, now in its 15th year at Wellington, was on hand after the finals and said that Wellington has taken on the commitment to young horse development, and the riding she saw last week makes it a guiding star. The focus now shifts to dressage this week as the Loves to Future Challenge and Buffalo Wild Wings finals for developing horses take the spotlight. With only 2 weeks of hunter competition left on the books, a look at the junior amateur owner hunter standings sponsored by Yeti sees Lily Herzog still in the lead over Parker Peacock by 53 points. In the professional rider standings, also sponsored by Yeti, Victoria Colvin has a commanding lead over Scott Stewart with 1,015 points separating the two. In the pony hunter rings, the overall leading rider standings are presented by CWD, with Grace Stenbeck-Werner in the lead with 1,546 points over Kenzie Smith. Coming in third, Lily Ward is off the lead by 391 points. That's it for what's happening around WEF. I'm Lindsay Brock for Wellington International. Back to you, Stephen.
Well, the Next Generation Awards hovering on the leaderboards there as well. We're going to be talking lots of Next Generation and established stars as well here this afternoon too. And we're delighted to say a wonderful lineup alongside me. Starting with established star, second in our Grand Prix last week, four-time Olympian, Mario Delorier. Welcome.
Thank you, Stephen.
Fun week for you last week?
Yeah, great week last week. My horses performed great, and I had a good WEF, third place, and second place in the Grand Prix, so that was very exciting.
Big stuff. We're looking forward to talking about that. Campbell Brown is our new star as well, champion of the Brainjuice U25 series. How are you feeling about that now? Is it sunk in?
Not quite. I would say I'm still reliving it a little bit. Yeah.
Have you been re-watching it quite a bit as well?
Definitely the early rounds, maybe the one that I won.
Okay, we're going to talk about that as well. And Ansgar Hodges Jr. joining us as well, winner of last year's WeatherTech Grand Prix here. You're ready to defend your title come this Sunday, I suppose, if you were, but you're actually going to be heading into next week in the big 5-star, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I wish I was defending it, but we're aiming for next week.
We're on the big run there as well.
Yeah.
But it's been a good season so far for you as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's been very good. We've been my best horse and I at Pixel. We've been competing at the bigger stuff at the 5-star level. I've been second in the 4-star qualifier and then top 5 in the 5-star qualifier, and then had a few good rounds in the Grand Prix. Yeah, we're just building up and getting more consistent at that level.
Definitely going in the right direction. We'll talk to more about that as well a little later on. Let's go back to the Grand Prix and talk to about the Horseware Island Grand Prix that took place last Saturday night. Like I say, the prelude to it was Abba Fab on stage there as well, but centre stage after all of that. Our top lineup with Beat Manley winning with Coachella for the Dynan family, the Swiss star, Swiss Olympian himself, finishing as our winner. Mario Delorier finishing second with Geniel, and we'll talk about that. And also Sergio Alvarez-Moya, former winner of the Rolex Grand Prix with a new star as well, with Quattro there on the 4 faults. Very fast time from him, 36.01, but finishes in third. Mario, I'm going to come to you. Sergio, you probably didn't get to see much of his round, but it's nice to see, again, he's got another star out of the box, hasn't he?
Yeah, Sergio's a very, very fast rider, and I think he's bringing this horse along for the summer. I think he's on a global tour team, and it was his last stop before heading home, so he really went fast, and obviously he had us by a few seconds.
he was 36.01, you guys in the 38, but the key is leaving them up. That's the key part. So Sergio giving it a really good try, but the last fence dropping for Sergio Alvarez-Moya that night. So at this point, Beat Manley was leading. Then into your round, because you finished into second place there with Genia. We're going to look at that in full order in just a second. So we're going to a little glimpse at this first before we go into too much detail. But for you, how were you feeling after this? Top two double clears was a nice result.
Yeah, super nice result. Genial is, he's just turned 10 years old this year, so he's had some good experience, but under the lights, that was his second time. So he's a big, powerful horse, so he has to learn to handle all his energy and his power. And but I was super pleased with him. He jumped great. Both rounds were exciting, and he moves me around quite a bit, so I have to hold my balance and really work on it. But Beat was only a little faster than me.
Tiny.
Yeah, tiny, and there was a place to the 2 verticals. I couldn't really jump in there in 8. I needed to add 1 stride. So
we'll have a look at that round in a second. Let's take a look at the winning round then for Beat Manley, who was the winner there with Coachella for the Dynan family, for the Grant Ray partners as well of New York. Katie Dynan competing herself here as well, but a delighted Dynan family. Lovely to see Beat at the top, wasn't it? I mean, He's just such a class rider.
A class rider and a good friend, and I said, it was a good night for the old guys this week. And he said, I hadn't heard my anthem in about 5 years, so we were both happy to get a good ribbon in the Grand Prix. It was nice.
Beat at the tender age. I think he's 56 now. But I mean, the good thing is for our sport is longevity. Yeah. And as you say, the experience came to the top in the Grand Prix there with Beat Manley, our winner. Mario, you talked a little about the horse that you were running, Genial, but let's take a look at your first round here. in detail, because you can tell us a little bit more about this as we go through. How long have you had the horse? So you've actually got 2 10-year-olds at the moment that are looking absolutely prime.
Exactly. I have a gray mare called Inside of My Heart, and this is Genial. They're both the same age, 10. And I actually just got Indy last year here, and this one was bought as a 6-year-old, so we've had it quite a bit. So I've been forming him slowly, and yeah, he's just coming up to the real height now, and he's a big, powerful jumper. Very nice.
What were your thoughts on the first round?
First round was quite good. Just here, that was a difficult line for him. The 6 was a little forward, and then the 1 strides here, you can tell it was a little short for him. But
yeah,
he learned from the other night, the previous 5-star, and it's getting easier and easier for him. So he's coming in right along. And
in terms of your plan, you obviously have strategically placed him throughout this season so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a big summer ahead.
Yeah.
If everything goes right, hopefully we'll be on the team for Aachen for the World Games, and we'll do a little Spruce Meadows and keep giving good experience and try to get his rideability better.
Let's take a look at the jump off as well, talking rideability, with the battle there, as you saw already with Be It Manley in the lead. What were your thoughts here? As you said, you've got to play a little bit of where you thought you could make things work.
I mean, I saw Sergio. The last fence was hard to jump.
Yeah.
My only thing that I think went wrong, although I just love to jump clear all the time, I did 9 strides to the two verticals. I could have got 8 to the next one, and that would have kept me closer. But listen, we were thrilled with the horse. My wife was very excited, and the whole family was. So we're happy to be second.
Absolutely, Lisa and Lucy watching on, and Marky Blumen had to watch on. He was our guest last week. Now he's been second in a Grand Prix this season. Now you are as well.
That's right. So hopefully we're keeping it for the big one next week.
Could be the battle between you and Marky. Could be the battle between you and Marky. We will see. Great, wonderful to see that result there. Super podium into our Grand Prix, the Horseware Grand Prix. Let's take a look at the Brainjuice U25. Campbell, this is your turn now.
Great.
The final leaderboard. Let's take a look at the final leaderboard of how that plays through the whole season. We know that Campbell Brown was at the top of it. She had an amazing season right the way throughout. You won, what, the first Grand Prix and the team events?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both. Yes.
Both together. So let's take a look at the leaderboard there. Final leaderboard saw you at the top on 242 points. You were 20 points ahead of Ava Fisherman, Cassidy. And actually that was, if I remember, the top 3 going into the final stage as well. So you all managed to hold on to that.
We did.
At least Stephen staying in 4th. Mary Rose Canterbury, top 5. The 3 of you there, Campbell, Ava, Cassidy, are you good friends? Were you having a good rivalry? Was there a little bit of
there's
tension?
Always camaraderie. Definitely a little, I would say, I don't think tension's the right word for it. We're all friends at the barn, but it was nice that both Eva and I were at the top 2 positions. That was really exciting, both being in the barn, and it was nice to do also, I think, like the team event with her and Alex. And Alex was actually really good in the series as well. I believe he was
he won on the grass, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and he was up near the top at the end of the standings as well. So it was nice, kind of for the whole team. I think we all did pretty well.
And Ansgar, you obviously ridden in this. You've just turned what, 21?
Yeah, 21.
So you're already moving on.
Yeah, I did a little bit of the U25 this year, but I had a few younger horses, and a few of the classes on the grass had the open water and all that didn't fit too well at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I did it a few years ago. I've done it every year since.
It's been a great building ground for you.
Since I've been able to. It's been fantastic, yeah.
Excellent. Well, let's take a look at your rounds here as well. But firstly, actually, Campbell, we're going to take a look at JJ's winning round, because he was the winner of the Grand Prix. You won the series. Let's just clarify. You won the series, which means you were the most consistent throughout. JJ Toronto was the winner of that $50,000 class there. Mario, I'm going to come to you because, obviously you know his dad well, and you've watched JJ come through well. He's the very old age of 15 right now. He was not holding anything back here.
Nothing back, and JJ is very quick. As you can see, he lands and he gets to the next jump very quickly. And that jump off, I would say, he didn't leave anything out. He turned and everything worked out. All the stridings were coming. He was very, very quick. So it was a good, solid performance for him.
It's a nice feeling when that happens. But I mean, you watch him coming at 15, Campbell's 18, you're 21. I mean, you watch the talent amongst these teenagers. How does it make you feel?
Oh, well, listen, Jimmy and I, as dad,
Yes.
we grew up together.
Yeah.
So my first few years in Florida, I was 14. Jimmy was 14.
Yeah.
And we were battling it in the junior jumpers. So this is just, you know,
It just continues.
Keeps going.
It just
So
continues.
I saw what Jimmy and I had to compete against. I see what these kids do. And I experienced with my daughter also when
Yeah.
she was in that U25 and junior. So yeah, you get new stars coming up, and it's a great division, and it's a great thing for all of them.
Campbell, talk to me about how it's worked for you, because last year was a little bit harder work for you, wasn't it? And then this year,
Yes.
champion.
Yes, last year was my first time doing the series, so I was a little more inconsistent for sure in the early Grand Prix. I don't think I was in the top ranks like at all for the first little bit, and I kind of scraped into the final Grand Prix. I was like second or third down on the wait list, barely got through, and I actually ended up that was my best week for the circuit last year. I got third in that final Grand Prix. So, but I was always better, I felt like, at coming up a little bit, not leading the pack. So
You like to chase.
I do. I like coming from the back, catching people off guard. So
Well, you actually led the series all the way through. You got a little of your Grand Prix win back onto week 2. You were also on the winning team for the team
Yes.
competition as well.
That was exciting.
And stayed right up there. This was the first Grand Prix of the season, out in the sunshine on the grass.
was
What
nice.
do you remember of this?
I went last out of 21 jump-off contenders in this Grand
Yeah.
Prix. So I would say not even nervous, but I was very excited to go in. I'm impatient in the in-gate, so I was just waiting my turn and ready to get in there. And everything just kind of came up nicely. This came up a little bit shorter, but my horse was really quick with her front end, and then her stride is a little bit shorter, so it was nice that we could keep running to close all of the lines, and she ended up edging out everyone else.
And that gave you confidence for the rest of the season as well?
Definitely. I haven't really gone that fast on her through all the parts of the course before, and getting it all put together that time was really nice, and I think it was a confidence boost for the rest of the series.
And you're with Missy and John in the North Run team. You,
Yes.
I think, spent time there as well,
Yeah,
didn't you?
I did.
Talk to me a little bit about that. What was it like?
I was, I think, 16 when
Yeah.
I was with them. It was great. They're fantastic trainers. I wasn't really based as much with them in the summer. I was more with my family. But when we met up at shows, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was a great time.
And for you, Campbell, I mean, with the North Run team, there's always a literal stable of riders that
Yes,
are going through.
it's
Does
great.
that make it a lot more fun that there's just got a lot more group of you as opposed to doing your singular thing?
It's so much more fun, and it's nice. Like, we had obviously the team competition this year. There were 3 of us on the team, all from North Run, and Jolie came in from Jet. So it was really a great experience to have so many of us on the
So
team.
who were your rivals on the North Run, friends on the North Run team this year?
Oh, Eva Fisherman and Alex Alston.
So second, yeah.
Yes, so we were all rooting for each other in that team competition, and then still rooting for each other for the rest of the circuit, but hoping we would edge each other out, I
You
think.
see, this is exactly what he's talking about. He and Jimmy going back.
Yes.
We could be
That's
sitting
right.
here in how many years going, you and Ava having a good old battle.
Yes, exactly.
Together. Ansky, from your point of view, who were the people that you were sort of friends and up against at that point?
Both the Watchman brothers.
Yeah,
I remember I was second, I think, 2 years ago,
yeah.
and it was Tom, myself, and Frano who were top 3 at the end of the standings. So yeah, those we competed a lot against each other in that. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. You create a lot of memories. It's really good experience stepping into FEI here. It's very difficult to show FEI here, and it's just a lot of fun and a great stepping stone.
What are your first memories? Because I think I remember you coming to one of the big indoors and
Yeah,
cleaning up
Yeah.
in the sort of 2-star
yeah.
section.
I showed in Paris,
Yeah.
the Paris Masters. I think probably now 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And I showed in the 2-star 130 stuff, and I won a few classes there. I was lucky enough to have.
I think
a good
I seem
horse.
to remember you were sort of winning everything
Yeah.
while you were there.
Yeah, it was. I got a taste for winning, and it was nice. And to be on the international level with seeing so many great riders is very cool.
Campbell, from your background. What's your background? Because you're from Arkansas.
From Arkansas, yes.
Which we've all sort of Fayetteville, so we're not always talking, not
Yeah,
always the sort of obvious spots.
I don't see a lot of locals from home around here, I would say. And I don't come from a horse family. My mom rode when she was little, and I saw photos of her riding. Actually, that was how I kind of started to get into it. I guess I would just ask about it, and it took them a couple years before they would let me take pony lessons. But they finally broke down, and now here we are.
I like the fact that they finally broke down and
Yes.
you just wore them down.
Oh, I pestered them. We tried other sports. It didn't work.
What were the other sports you tried?
Soccer, basketball. I was too short for basketball. Didn't like it anyway. There were no horses. Dance.
Okay.
Wasn't really my style. Yeah. My sister was always better at dance.
Well, there's a few people here, their sisters are trained ballerinas, so there's that side to it. Mario, I mean, you came up through a horse background though, didn't you?
Yes, my grandfather and father both had to do with ponies, with selkies.
Yeah.
And just up-down lessons. We're a little town I grew up around Lake Champlain in Quebec. And then eventually my dad went to work for a big family in Bromont, and then the Olympics came shortly after, 76.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of got the bug more and more, and how I'm at the horse world.
I mean, you're 18, you're 21. You won the World Cup final at 19. You're still the youngest ever winner of the World Cup final in 84. Where was that?
Gothenburg.
Gothenburg.
Yeah.
And also Olympic Games in 84.
In 84, same year.
Santa Anita, where it returns to in LA 2028.
Correct.
You jumped off for the bronze.
Correct.
Finished in fourth. It was
There we go.
a little
Look
of
at
this.
Big German horse.
What do you remember this? I mean, at 19 years of age doing this.
That's amazing. You know what? At 19, I knew I had a great horse. I wasn't as nervous as I am now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know any better, and I thought this was very jumperable, and I had a nice big scopy horse and rode, look at this, in a fat snaffle. This was a huge jump, by the way. It must have been a meter 80. It was a max. But no, I mean, it was really great. It was really great.
Do you remember much of it? I mean, you obviously do remember a lot of this.
Oh yeah, I remember a lot of it. And it was so hot during that week and my horse really suffered from it. But and you see the jumping, how different it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all bulky, and it was just about scope and braveness. It was, it's totally different.
So you would have been coming in there as World Cup champion.
Correct. Yes.
And how was that? I mean, like I say, I mean, you're a year older than she is, 2 years younger than you are, amazingly. I mean, to win the World Cup final then, I mean, it was probably obviously not expected for a 19-year-old to go out there and do that.
For sure. I mean, listen,
You're talking
I got
the
on
age of Michael Matz and all that crew.
I got on that team. A funny story is that I rode with Michael when I was 16, 17, and we just bought Aramis.
Yeah.
He was only 6 years old. And we bought him in a gold to go to the Olympic Games in LA.
Yeah.
And I trained with Michael, and I said, I was doing the junior jumpers and the meter 40. I said to him, I said, we got to start jumping bigger.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Olympics when they come around. And he said, my God, this is it's only 6 years old. We can't jump any bigger. And Michael is very orderly and said it his ways. But anyway, after a while, I went on to the summer, and then we started to jump bigger, and it happened for me.
So how old was Aramis when you did
Aramis was 7.
7?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was 7, just turning 8. I think I was showing on the team in a fall circuit in Washington, New York. He was still 7. He turned 8. I think he was 8 years old.
8 years old.
Yeah. And for the World Cup, he was 8 years old. Yeah.
The sport has changed, Ansgar.
For sure.
Ansgar, listening to that, what does that sort of put in your head? I mean,
Motivation.
yeah.
To be able to do what Mario's done is absolutely incredible. And it just drives me even more to be able to hopefully do
what
that
are
one day.
you like? What's your drive like? Tell me a little bit of the back, because you're working with, I mean, your parents are very supportive, but René Tebel's been working with you
Yeah.
as well, who some may or may not know from Europe, but who's a fantastic rider.
Yeah, René also, he was, I mean, I've heard stories that he won his first 5-star Grand Prix when he was 16.
Yeah.
So,
it's great.
yeah, I mean, I watch old videos of him all the time, and he's a genius. Yeah, just to be able to be like them one day, where in 30, 40 years, where they can say, yeah, he rode amazing, and we're trying to beat him all and everything. So, I mean, that to be able to be successful and to be for younger generations to talk about me that way would be incredible.
It's interesting. You and I were at the Hall of Fame dinner this year, and you've been inducted internationally for that as well. But to see, when you see all the riders that have achieved so much, and you see the footage like that, you actually walk away inspired from all of that, don't you?
Oh yeah, it's great to see all this and see the old days and all the people that were at the Hall of Fame, and it's great memories. It's really great memories. I mean, when I think I rode with R.V. Smith, Malcolm Pyra, David Broom in the early age of the Masters and I mean, I was 17, 18 years old, and I got to compete with all these great riders. It's amazing.
Campbell, you've got. Do you watch some of the older stuff as well, or not?
Not as much as I probably should.
You need to go and watch some now.
Yes, I need to get on
YouTube is great for it, I can tell you.
that. Yes.
But as you say, you go and watch those, and you come away inspired. You can go and watch. In a few years' time, we'll be watching your performance from here, and your performances in 5 stars at this point.
Well, I hope so.
Later on. Into that. Ansky, let's take a little look at last year as well for you, because you were winner of the WeatherTech Grand Prix here last year as well. You'd won the Week 6 Grand Prix the year before. So you've been on a nice progressive move. Like you say, you're in the U25s, but you've been this year into the 5 stars with this same horse, Pixel K. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, the first Grand Prix when in 2024 was amazing.
Yeah.
It was the only clear round.
Yes.
I don't think anyone expected that to happen. And then this Grand Prix, this was actually the second 4-star Grand Prix this horse has jumped. I was 5th in the other one over on the grass. Yeah, I was clear in the first round, and there was actually a few clear. I think there was 11.
Yeah.
And we figured, René and I were talking, and we figured we might as well go for it now. The times here we've been talking about getting to this moment, so go for it. And I think there was a few after me too. I went fast, obviously, but I thought someone could maybe catch me with a faster horse, but luckily it turned out to be my day.
And for you now, you're into the 5-star classes this year. It's that progression. How are you feeling about that now? Do you feel that that's been a really good, taking your time with that has worked?
Yeah, I mean, with this horse, I got him when he was 8. He jumped a few 145s before, but René and I, René's amazing at developing younger horses and greener horses, and we really sat down, made a plan, and said, you know, his 9-year-old year, we're just going to get to know him, maybe jump a few 145s, and really build him up for his 10-year-old year. And yeah, I'd say I have a great partnership with him. I know him inside and out, and I'd say he knows me inside and out, the horse. And we just have a great partnership.
How are you looking forward to next week?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, when I was a kid, I always dreamed about jumping here the last 5-star Grand Prix. I remember watching McLean win a bunch of them. Yeah, it's surreal to be in this moment, to be able to get the chance to jump a Rolex Grand Prix.
Well, you're going to be part of that next week, so I can tell you it's a very strong list. Are you with us next week?
I think so.
Yeah, excellent. Good. Looking forward to that. Campbell, you're going to have to be
I'm
watching
not.
that.
Sorry,
but,
guys.
Next year. But speaking of which, I mean, we show some of LA 28 coming up. Obviously, got LA 84 we've shown.
Yeah.
How does watching that then go, I'm still going to have a piece of that?
Yeah. I mean, listen, it looked beautiful in 84, so I think they can do a great job again, and it'll look as nice. And I mean, there was, as you saw, the stands were full. I mean, there was 25,000 people there. It was great. So
your horse will be 12.
We'll be 12. So let's see. We that's the plan anyway.
Well, and you've been top 20 in the last 2 games as well.
Correct,
Some fantastic
yeah.
horses there,
Yeah.
including Emerson. So
Yeah.
you've shown some amazing consistency with it.
So hopefully these two that I have now can
Yeah.
take me there.
Yep, you'd be
Yeah.
great. LA28, why not? What
Why
what
not?
what are your seriously? What are your sort of aspirations? And I'm not sort of going in the next couple of years. What are your thoughts?
I think I love the team classes, so I'd love to start stepping into those like 3-star teams and that type of thing. And you never want to rush the timeline on anything. Things happen, and you have a plan A and plan B and plan C in it.
Welcome to horse sport.
Yes, exactly. But I think just kind of starting to work into those bigger FEI Grand Prix and yeah, just seeing where it goes.
It would be great fun. But well done this year.
Thank you.
That's been a fantastic start to the year. And for you, Ansgar, I mean, what do you like? Are you a quiet fire burning inside? What's your style?
I mean, I wake up every morning with goals, and if I don't meet them, I'm mad.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, to be able to show in LA would be amazing, but yeah, we have to work towards that and prove myself, which I try to do every day. And we have to be able to have the horses to do that.
And the shorter term goals?
Shorter term goals is, get over next week, see if we can maybe get a good result, which would be amazing. And then just go over to Europe and, like Campbell said, do some of the 3-star teams, get some experience jumping the Nations Cups again, and yeah, go from there.
And build and build and build and build.
Build.
It's also a lot of fun, and people that are having fun last week, we had the Masters. Masters under lights, Mario. The Masters Mania, and I'm trying to remember the age group here, but it's at least plus 45. I think it might be plus 50. But anyway, it was a fantastic night of competition. It was something a little bit different for the Masters competing there. They had great fun with it. You were there, I think, keeping them in line. You weren't riding.
I train a master.
Exactly.
So it's always very exciting. I know all the masters out there. We start on Thursday usually, and we have a class Saturday.
Yeah.
But they all cheer for each other. They're great, and we want everybody to be safe. And they had a great time.
They had a great
night.
Yeah. Under the lights. That was what it was all about.
Great.
That's what it was all about. So we have got another big week coming up here. Let's remind you, because we were asking you which you're looking forward to seeing most this week as well. We've got Equitation coming up, presented by Prestige. We've got, of course, the WeatherTech Grand Prix. We've got the Adequan WEF Challenge Cup this week as well. Lots to look forward to. And of course, Saturday night sees the MS Final 2. Which are you looking forward to most? We ran a little poll on that, and I can tell you it was the Equitation. There we go.
Wow.
Over 50%. Obviously, youth has been using the social media over there. They're most looking forward to the WEF Equitation presented by Prestige. And then after that, looking forward to what on Saturday night, the MS 150 Classics. Talking of which, Marky Blumen is leading the series.
Correct.
I think he's almost got it stitched up.
I don't know. He says we have to do well. We have to place in between him and the others.
Oh, okay.
That's so to make it
so
sure.
we're playing chess.
We're playing chess here, so that's why we're in that class Saturday night.
Excellent. Let's take a look at our other leaderboards through the season as well, because it's getting close to the finish of the season here. Everyone from our leading ladies to our leading international riders too. That was a little of what's coming up this week. As I say, Thursday we're going to bring you full coverage of the WEF Equitation. There as well, got a fabulous team lined up for that, and on Saturday night. But our leading lady rider right now, presented by Martha Jolicoeur and Douglas Elliman, is Nina Malave of France. It is Natalie Dean in second at the moment, and Erin Ballard top 3 from our leading lady awards. Leading international rider, well, that's Shane Sweetnam right now with the winnings this season, just short of $260,000. Potentially another $25,000 to add on that. Thank you to Mike Smith presenting that once again. He was part of the Masters as well last week. Derek Kenny in second right now, and then Richie Vogel in third. Very close between those. That's the top 10 as it stands. But again, next week we have $1 million Grand Prix, so that could all change quite significantly. Rushy Marsh, Don Little Masters, as we mentioned, after Masters Mania. Camille still at the top of the leaderboard. Molly Athey was the winner of Masters Mania. She's now second in the championship. She's with the Sweetnam team as well, in second spot there, and top 3 for Razor there. Blythe Masters fourth, Carolyn Anderson top 5. So that is how it's standing right now. Like I say, it's got a big week coming up here. Everything from the speeds earlier on the week, actually on to Thursday. Friday sees us, and also Thursday into the WEF Equitation Championship. Friday with the WEF Challenge Cup as well. Saturday sees us with the MS Final. That's going to be on Saturday night. Sunday, WeatherTech Grand Prix. Join me for that as well. I'll be back for that. Get in touch whenever you like with us. WEF Weekly at wellingtoninternational.com on our wonderful email there. And it remains to say thank you very much for watching this edition for Week 11. Thank you, Mario. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well done to all of you. Thank you, Campbell. Thank you, Ansgar. Good luck in the next coming. Campbell, are you done for the season now? No?
I'm not, no.
What's left?
Hopefully some two-star action next week. I just have some amateur jumpers this week, so a little bit more chill, but yeah.
More winning.
Hopefully.
More winning.
That's the goal.
Ansgar, good luck next week.
Thank you.
Into the 5-star there.
Thanks.
And good luck on Saturday night with the family block.
That's right.
We'll see how it goes. Mario, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, that remains to say, join us next week. Like I say, we will be doing the build-up to the Rolex Grand Prix. Hopefully the weather will be a little bit more clement as it is right now, and a little more Florida. It'll be playing ball by then. We will be back then. Thank you to all of those that bring us our show each week as well, including the USCF. USCF Network, our live stream supported by the USCF, supporting sponsor of our live stream, in part with support from the US Equestrian Federation and the USCF Network as well. And our presenting sponsors this week to WeatherTech. Thank you to them too throughout, bringing us each week all of our streaming through WeatherTech, our high-performance solutions designed to protect your vehicle from damage no matter what you drive. Visit WT.com to find out your fit today. Thank you to them, and to Dodd Technologies as well, our streaming partners, engineering extraordinary experiences since 1983. Discover how to elevate your sports, entertainment and corporate events at doddtechnologies.com. And of course our presenting sponsor to LeMieux as well. Lemon is alongside us every week as well. You can find a Lemon in the store here on site or on their website, LeMieux.com. LeMieux, worn by the best. There we go. It's a very good afternoon to Lemon, and so we'll be riding away for Lemon's next upcoming 5-star, which is no doubt going to be next week. Good luck to them all. Good luck to everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Like I say, we'll be back next week in the build-up to the Rolex Grand Prix. For now, all of us from here on Week 11. Make sure just for all the streaming throughout the week, we've got the WEF Equitation Championship on Thursday. We've got our 4-star action throughout the week as well. We have the MS Final on Saturday, and Sunday, the WeatherTech Grand Prix. What more could you want? We'll see you a little later.